Well, today I'm going to be making some gumbo, some Creole gumbo. And I'm going to put a little twist in it. Since I finished my culinary school, I haven't really made it. We used to make it every Christmas for the kids. My son used to sit up there and we had a big old sink full of crabs, and we would take those crabs, he would take those crabs apart, and that was his job. And then we would, of course, it took like pretty much like a good 4 hours to kind of make it from stop to finish. So this is probably going to take 2 parts because we have to allow the stew to simmer. And it is one of my favorite pastimes, and I'm looking forward to showing this segment with the gumbo, Creole gumbo. So I have my pot heating up here, and I have my hot broth, and I don't know, I'll be posting the recipe so you can see it. So heat up my pot here, and then I'm going to put, I have a little mixture of extra virgin olive oil and canola oil 50-50. I'll probably put about just probably 1 tablespoon to start out, because what I'm going to do is to start my roux, I'm going to use some chopped bacon. And sometimes I use, I had someone who taught me how to do it, and she told me to use spare ribs. So I would have them cut short ribs. I would have them cut at the butcher, pick out my short ribs and have them slice it. And then I would use that as a roux. But today I'm going to use some bacon. So I already have a little bit of fat in there. I'm going to put in probably about, I'll say a good couple ounces, about 3-4 ounces of bacon. I have it diced up. And you can use bacon ends because you don't need that much, basically, for the fat, which in Creole, they use a lot of lard. So you can use the bacon on that. And get that crispy up. And I have, and then I'm going to put some ground beef in it because I kind of want to give it a little bit of I don't know, just kind of a different flavor. I'm going to be using sausage, chicken, and some, at the end, use the shrimp. So, but first of all, and I have my shrimp in the bowl of ice right there. And these are all the spices. So I'm using Old Bay, I'm using some Cajun Spice, and I'm also using 21 seasoning because it should be very flavorful. And it should not be dull. And if you want to use crab, you can use crab, but I'm not going to use crab today. I'm going to be using just what I have in my refrigerator, and I'm doing it for a friend. But of course, you can always use crab. Crab is always better. So, and I found online there was a few recipes that you can actually use. So, I mean, but I found some okra, and I bought some okra, and I thought, oh, this okra's in season, so I'm going to go ahead and dice it up and fry it, and instead of using the filet, which is the sassafras powder, I'm going to use the okra instead. So it kind of goes with the beef, and then it also goes with the combination that I have. But so right now, here we go, and that's about crispy up. That's about getting crispy. My spoon aside over here. Now my water boiling also, because I don't want to just pour cold water in there. And I have my stock. Well, actually, you can use stock or you can use broth. And this is broth from the chicken that I had cooked earlier in. So, and you know what? I think the chicken thighs would be really good. You could also use boneless thigh meat. So you get that nice and crispy, the bacon. And I have about, I would say about a half cup of flour in here. So, about a half cup of flour. So, I want that nice and crispy. And then that extra virgin olive oil is going to be very delicious in there. Mixed up with that, that bacon, what can I say? Be beautiful. Oh, this song, this music that I have playing, it reminds me so much when I went to New Orleans to go see my daughter when she was in the military. She was she served in the Air Force, so at that time, and went to go see her and her fiance, and I stopped by New Orleans for the first time in my life. I've never had been, and this was years ago. This is before that nasty Katrina came along and really caused a catastrophe over there. But I stayed there, and then I rented a car, and I actually drove by myself from New Orleans. I went through Alabama, and then I went to meet her at Mississippi, and that's where her base was. And then we drove, and then we went to Pensacola Beach, and I got stung by all those little nasty critters in the ocean, those jellyfish. And then we drove back to New Orleans, and then she went ahead and she took the bus back, and then I came back home. That was kind of hard leaving her. I know some of you moms out there with your babies in the military, it's hard, it's tough. It really is, it's tough. They grow up and they move on, right? Like my mom used to say. So I'll probably use that's about a good half cup of this, of the flour. And if I was going to use a really large pot, I'd use like a cup because I want it to be thick. So I'm going to make that a nice, lower that a little bit because I have it on high, so I need to lower it. And I'm just going to, and I'm using a wooden spoon, of course. You see that I'm using a wooden spoon? I'm using a wooden spoon because, so it doesn't scratch the metal underneath. Any of you out there trying to get into culinary, go for it. It's like a boot camp. It's like military. A lot of people say, I beg to differ. Well, you haven't been in the kitchen because there's been some people that have done construction work that said, I can't do this. So, you know what? Shout out to all you food service workers. I'm going to have that. That's going to be, it's starting to turn a little bit brown. Let me see if you can see that. I want you to see that. So, it's still very blonde. That would be considered a blonde roux. But I want it to be brown, or you can make it a dark brown. Now, a lot of people use the dark brown, and that's traditional. But I don't really, I'm not really I'm not fond of having a real dark roux, but it is delicious. It's kind of like a burnt, but it's very, very tasty. I like having like a, I would say a medium. I just like having it a nice light brown for some reason. But I'll tell you, it is delicious, wasn't it? If it is dark, so I like that medium. I like that medium, but that's just me, okay? So, and right now I'm gonna go ahead and put my my beef in this, and that has a little bit of fat in there. It's lean, and it's only like about 4 ounces. Like I said, I want it mostly for flavor. So, and in the roux, in the stew itself. So I'm gonna stir that up. Now I think this video might be a couple of videos, maybe 2, 3. I'm not too sure, depending on my camera and its temperament. I am trying to keep an eye on it. So I have my bacon and ground beef in there. I'm kind of like stirring it up. Yeah. is gonna be some good gumbo. Alrighty. Alrighty. Looks like it's nice and cooked. I want to make sure it's cooked, well blended in there. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting my veggies in there. And that's a whole onion. You can do as many onions as you want. So because it's just going to almost dissipate in the stew. So I'm going to put that in there, my onions, my carrots. It's about another half cup of carrots. And then, which would be considered mirepoix. And then I have like about, well, I put a little extra celery in there. Put a half cup of, that's about a little over a half cup of celery, maybe about 2/3, because I want to get that celery flavor in there. And like I said, it's to your palate. I might just go ahead and put just a little bit more oil in there. Another tablespoon to get that going. And then my bell peppers. Oh, I got a nice large bell pepper. Love bell peppers. I really love them. I love the red ones too. The red ones are probably my favorite. But for Creole purposes, I'm going to put the green bell pepper in there. It's becoming a beautiful color. Oh, this is going to be so nice. I want you to see that. I really want you to see what that looks like. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it smells really, really good. Oh my goodness. It's quite delicious and it smells good. Stirring that. Alrighty. Oh! Forgot that was warm. Don't do that at home. Well, that was a big mistake. Alrighty. Let that sweat just a little bit. I'm going to cover it up. I gotta get my cover here. I want to cover that up. Actually, I'm going to put my garlic. I almost forgot to put my garlic in there. I'd say about a couple. I put 4 cloves of garlic chopped up, but they were small, so use your discretion. It's all about flavor. All about flavor. Oh my goodness. It's so honey, that's your roux in there. That's your roux. I mean, it's gonna be so beautiful, this roux. Alrighty, I'm gonna cover that up. And I'm going to have me a glass of wine. Because I'm going to pour some wine in there. I'm going to put some wine in my Creole Gumbo. I'm sorry. And so delicious. You're going to love it. And that's Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, not Cabernet. Sauvignon Blanc. It's Sauvignon Blanc, not Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is the red wine, of course. Here's to you and a Creole dish. That's pretty darn good. Check this out. Make sure it's sweating. And then I'm going to put a little bit more oil in there. So a total, I would say about a good half cup of oil should do it. Because I want those veggies to be really sweat out, to sweat out really well. Now I'm getting the bottom, scraping the bottom of that. All that fond from the oil, the meat, and the flour. You want to scrape all that stuff off from the pan. Yeah. That's Creole style, honey. Woo! This is actually one of my father's videos. I have my books out here and I wanted to show you. This book I've had since high school. In the 70s, early 70s. I would say 1970. When I started high school, I graduated in 77. I was only there for 3 years. So I would say in 1974, 5, when I took cooking. I took 2 years of cooking. This must have been 75 or 76. And you can see I've made some notes on it from other people sharing their gumbo experiences with me, and I kind of just, but it's really cool. It's called Americana Cookery. And these were the two, this one and a poultry cookbook that I had was the first 2 cookbooks, and we could pick any kind of cookbook we wanted, which was pretty cool. And this was one that I cherished and I kept since then. So I've had this cookbook since 1975 or 6. And Mama bought this for me, so of course I'm going to share this here. And these are, of course, the ones that my father went and purchased when he went on his trip. And so I wanted to kind of share that with you. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. Oh yeah. Gonna be some slick gumbo, honey. Oh, that smells good. It smells delicious, delicious, delicious. And there we go. I want you to see that. See that? It's really beautiful in there. And then on the side, I'm going to fry my okra and add it in there. But I'm going to fry it separately. I'd say about a tablespoon each should do it. And I have different kinds of canola oil. When I find it on sale, I buy it. So, and I like the express canola oil, which is, to me, the best kind. Let me get another little spoon here. That's beautiful. Okay, that's ready to go. Fry my, because what I'm going to do after I fry my okra, put it in there. I just kind of want to saute that. I actually had one wrong. It's pretty good. So delicious. Let's try what. Nice and gooey. Gooey, gooey. That feels kind of weird in my mouth. I like it better in the gumbo. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. That's just beautiful. Nice and tender, and that's what you want. You want it to sweat, and you want that fond to build up, the food particle to you know, to build up on the bottom that, and you know you are on track there. Yeah. Alrighty. I really like what's going on in this little pan. Put a little bit of pepper in there. Yeah, I don't have one of those fancy pepper grinders. But hey, I'm going to use this. Good. Oh, smells good. Whoop. There it goes. Don't go away. You gotta talk to your food. Okay. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, I'm going to stick this over here. And then kind of mix that up. I'll show you what that looks like. Let me make some space over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here you have it. I have a beautiful, nice, beautiful roux with all the vegetables in there that I want. Bring that up forward. Beautiful. Now I'm going to add my meats, and I have like about, I'd say about a pound of sausage and chicken mix. So this is already cooked. It's already been cooked. So I'm going to mix it up, and this sausage is spicy sausage. You can get Korean sausage. You can get habanero sausage.